Welcome from the University of Illinois. I'm going to mention very briefly what I'm going to be talking about in this talk, and the word that Mary and I use to describe the emerging world of learning is e-learning ecologies. And whether it's a face-to-face class which is doing its work in e-learning environments and accessing work from e-learning environments, or whether it's an online class, there are fundamental transformations going on in the way learning happens. And what we've done both in a book that we recently published, but also in our Coursera MOOC, is we've developed a framework for interpreting what's going on in these e-learning environments. And our starting point is sometimes nothing's going on. Sometimes all that's happening in e-learning environments is the replication of traditional pedagogies. An old-fashioned test used to be, cross out the bubbles, the bubble test, and now it's on a computer. An old-fashioned textbook, now it's an e-textbook. An old-fashioned syllabus, now it's in a learning management system. So what we often do is we have technology and we think things have changed, but in a profound sort of way they haven't changed. And the research question that Mary and I have been asking is, how might things be different? And the word we use is affordance. What are the possibilities for new kinds of learning with technology? And we've developed this framework around things that we think are really important. Ubiquitous learning, anywhere, anytime. Active knowledge making, the learners not just as people passively listening to a lecture or reading a textbook, but actually building knowledge because it's all there accessible to them and they can access resources and re-synthesize them. Multimodal meaning, where we can use not just print and handwriting, but we can also use image and video as part of the learning process. Recursive feedback, not just a test at the end, but constant feedback systems. Collaborative intelligence, where the new media are ones which are quintessentially highly social. Metacognition, where we're not just thinking about the discipline, but we're thinking about the nature of the discipline as well, thinking theoretically. Differentiated learning, where not every student has to be on the same page at the same time. So these are things which we can do with technology. Now, here's a funny thing. We were actually always able to do all of these, and progressive educators always said, let's do some or all of these things, but it was logistically challenging, logistically difficult. And the really interesting thing about these e-learning ecologies is that computer-mediated, networked environments are ones where it becomes all of a sudden easier to do. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this talk, and what I'll try and do is connect it to particular examples around curriculum, language learning, and the like.